Monique, one of the things that I love, and it's one of my favorite parts of the whole show, it really is, it's being in this green room and this conversation I get to have behind the scenes and really get the backstory, really understand the narrative of where people are coming from. So let me just start here, just between you and I. Forget the long bio you have here. Take a moment, tell me a little about who is Monique and what are you up to these days?
Well, Shay, thank you so much, first of all, for having me, and thank your audience for allowing me to come on. This is an awesome show, and it's an honor. Who I am is a South Jersey girl who was a teenage mom who was told she'd never be more than a statistic, who made up her mind that that was not going to be so, who pushed through her obstacles, push through people's perceptions of her to achieve her dreams, who now has this passion for those teenage girls that I once was, for those little Black girls that I once was, to help them and to propel them into achieving the same.
Thanks for sharing that. And you talked about obstacles. You talked about some challenges, which I'm sure we'll get into. Mm-hmm. Instead of asking what's your big why, my question is, and I'm really curious, is what's your mission right now? What purpose are you on in life now, based on where you are?
My mission right now is to let people know that they are more than any situation or circumstance that comes their way. They have all that they need to succeed. They might not have discovered it yet, but it's there.
And what should the folks expect in this particular episode? What are you going to be talking about in this conversation that you're not about to embark on right now? For everyone that's joining, welcome, by the way. You're at the right place at the right time. Karen, I see you out there. Thanks for joining. Nefertina's in the house. Thanks so much. Sam, I see you. You're in for a treat. My question to us, what can we expect from you on this particular episode?
Well, on this episode, I'm going to talk to you about developing a success mindset. I am going to talk to you and give you some strategies on developing that, what is needed for you to succeed. Because again, it all starts in the mind, right? Mm-hmm. I'm faith-based, so you may hear me drop a Bible verse here or there. That's who I am, everyone. But as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. As a man thinks, it all starts here. If you don't think you can succeed, if you don't believe in yourself, your product, or your service, no one else will. It starts with you.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm super excited. There's some episodes I get excited about. This is one of those episodes because our belief is the results that show up in your life, what's up, Ebony Banks, are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. So we're talking about getting results in your life. Change your mind, change your life. We'll be back in just a moment because we got to get going. And give me the cue. What's up, Lamar Adams? We got to get going in 5, 4. This is my favorite part. 3, 2, 1. It's showtime, everybody. I can't wait. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development, and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission is to provide you, that's right, you the entrepreneur, you the dreamer, you the game changer, you the person out there with the resources. That means it takes revenue to execute 3 visions that I believe that you have. I believe you first have a vision for yourself. The way you want to live, the food you want to eat, the home you want to be in, how you want to be treated. Some of you just want to have a chef holler at your boy cooking your food so you ain't got to cook it, all right? Then you have a vision that takes resources, that's revenue, for your loved ones. I'm blessed. My mom is still here, and I love Mother dear, and I'm fortunate to be a caregiver and be able to take her to the doctor and take her places, and it takes resources, it takes revenue, and some of you have loved ones as well that you care about. And then others of you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. And I'm a believer. It's just what I am. Whether you are or not, it's cool. But think about Noah in the Bible. And think about if Noah had this big dream that was given to him by God through him to someone else. And he had no hammer. What would that be like? He has no nails. What would have happened? He had no wood or no team to help him out. The vision couldn't be executed. And some of you, you're right there. You're right there. You've got the expertise. You've got the talent. God's giving you everything you need. You just need resources. And so Monique is here to share that with us today. Now, Monique's going to be talking about mindset. So I've got to ask her. Let me first say, what's up, Monique? How you doing?
Hello, Shay. I am well. Hello, everyone out there. Thank you for joining. Thank you for liking, comment, and sharing. Thank you for allowing me into your space. And thank you, Shay, for having me on your show tonight. This is such an awesome show. It is so needed, and I am so honored to be here.
Well, thank you so much. You're talking about mindset. And for Helen Singleton, who's out there, Nicole Brown Hurston, who's watching right now, Kalima Green is watching. You're talking about mindset. Tell me, what is your definition of a successful mindset? Can we just get that out the way? Because everybody's heard so much about mindset. It's like, what's your view of the world?
Well, a successful mindset is the determination. It is the decision to succeed. It is having this made up mind that no matter what it feels like, no matter what it seems, no matter what it looks like, you succeed. You win.
Now, what do you say to the person that's listening right now? And they're like, here we go with mindset again. Nothing personal. But they're thinking, look, you don't understand. I'm very busy. I've got to raise my kids. I've got to take care of my husband or my significant other. I've got an entrepreneurship thing I'm running over here. Oh, by the way, I got a full-time job. Oh, I'm taking some classes. And by the way, Shay, I'm watching you guys right now. So what do you say to the person that's very busy and says, oh my gosh, I've got to focus on something else? What are your thoughts?
Well, you already are a success in all those areas that you just mentioned. So you already have a successful mindset. What you're talking about mainly right now is time management. Just because you have all these things going on does not mean that you cannot be successful in your entrepreneurial journey. You just might have to switch your focus a little bit. But remember, every step forward that you make, every movement that you make toward your goal is a success, is a win.
What do you take a moment and talk about? Why is this so important to you? Why is this topic of mindset? Why are you so passionate about it? I love what you do in the world. I love what you're doing with your show. I love how you're making a difference in your conferences. You do so much. Why is mindset so passionate for you that folks not only get the mindset, that's the question, but also maintain it? Why is it passionate to you?
It's passionate to me because, as I said before, back in the green room, when I was 18 years old and I broke the news to my parents that I wouldn't be going to college, that I was pregnant, it was said to me that, quote, you will never be more than a statistic. And in that moment, I had to make a decision if I was going to let other people's beliefs, opinions, perceptions about me determine who I was, whose I was, and what I was going to be in life. And I see And really what this came to a head is I got tired of seeing young ladies walking around with their heads down. I got tired of young ladies thinking that their clothes, their looks, their body, their weight, their hair, that those things define them. And they don't. I needed to tell them, and the Lord placed in my heart to let them know that they are more. They are more than all of that. They are his child, and they walk in power and authority. So that is what drives me today.
Yeah. For the person that's watching right now, I know we're going to get into the techniques, and you'll share hopefully 3 ways that folks can have the right mindset. We'll get into that. What do you say to the person right now that's going through the exact challenge that you talked about right now, whether there's a situation that's happened to them personally, maybe it's in their health. I've been through not 1 divorce, but 2 divorces, and that's challenging. Or someone is going through a financial challenge right now. I know this is a loaded question, but here's the question. What would you say to them right now in this moment, before we can get to the rest of the interview, as it relates to mindset? If they're struggling right now and they say, you know what, I tuned in because I'm off track. I'm just off track right now. What would you say to that person?
I would say to them that it is okay. First of all, allow yourself grace to feel your emotion. Even Jesus had to take a moment. But know that you can get through it. Know that there is a better tomorrow. And even in this time of testing, even in this time of challenge, that you are developing and discovering new skills and abilities that will do you well and help propel you out of your current circumstance.
So well said. And if we can go to the other end of the spectrum, there's some rock stars that are watching right now. You brought out Eric Watson. He's a rock star. I see Stephen Malloy is watching. Welcome to the show, by the way. And so many folks are watching right now like, hey, I'm just trying to get to the next level. I'm just trying to raise my standards. I feel positive every day. I feel good every day, but I'm not getting the results I want. What do you say to that superstar that is just trying to get to that next level right now? What's your thought to them? And we'll get into a mindset. You'll tell them 3 ways to have the mindset, but I'm just curious, what would you say to that person right now?
Keep going. Keep going. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Even though you may not see the results right now, there are little building blocks happening. There are people watching you that you don't even know about as you go through this. And they're taking an assessment of your grit. And so just keep going, because you're building and you're working your way to that next level and up those steps, and you might not even know it.
Grit means different things to different people. What does grit mean to you, so you can define it for those folks that are watching and listening right now? So I heard you say it takes grit.
Grit to me means digging in times of feeling like frustrated, in times of feeling like you're not getting anywhere, it's hopeless. Grit means having persistence, to persevere despite of.
Yeah, as you're watching right now, for those folks that are listening to the podcast, those folks that are watching on Facebook or social media, and all our folks who are watching online, whether it's Apple TV or Amazon Fire right now, and even Roku, here's what I want you to do. If you can do this right now. Look right below the video. Look right below the video and write these words: it's my time. Hashtag keep going. Just look right below the video. Look right below the video, and you can hit the watch party button. I'm sure Monique has no problem with that, although she's gonna be sharing some of her secrets. You can share this message with your tribe. You can share it on your page. So hit the share button right now. Just hit that share button, and I want you to encourage someone else. As you hit that share button, I also want you to hit the watch party button and write these words: it's my time. Hashtag keep going. Hashtag keep going, because this is the time not to slow down. What's up, Mary Washington? What's up, Tanisha? This is the time. What's up, Ida? This is the time not to slow down, but to speed up. Take a moment, if you would, and share right now as folks that are listening, maybe one thing that they could do. I know you're going to get into 3 ways a little later, and we'll do that as soon as we come back. But we can't wait. Folks are watching. They're listening right now. Like, what's one thing they could do to have the right mindset?
Well, the one thing that they can do right now is write the vision. You have to know where you're going. So first off, you want to write the vision so you can have it before you each and every day, that you are, not I will be, that you are the CEO of a 6-figure business, that you are an author, that you succeed, not you will succeed, but you succeed.
You know, there's folks out there like right now, Ebony Banks is writing, "It's my time." But Linda Lumpkins is saying, "It's my time." Mary Washington is saying, "It's my time." Ida saying, "Girl, that's God." And they're listening to you right now. I'm just curious, you know, there's a saying, and whether it's true or not, that says you got to fake it till you make it. And I want to get your perspective on it. I want to get your thoughts on that. That is having the right mindset faking something? Is having the right mindset something that you're telling yourself to change your own energy? So when someone says, "Oh, I'll just fake it till I make it," what kind of goes through your mind, by the way? And I appreciate you being so flexible. We're just having a conversation for those folks that are watching. Monique was so grateful. She said, "Shay, you don't have to ask questions. Let's just have a conversation. Let's just be open. Let's be transparent. And let's just chat." And we're gonna have a couple of folks like you guys eavesdropping in, by the way. So I'm just curious right now. People say fake it till you make it. What kind of goes through your mind?
I don't like fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Because it's not about faking. Okay. It's about knowing. And when I say have the vision and say it to yourself, it's to get down into your spirit that you can succeed, that you are this person. And once you say these things over and over to yourself and you affirm your own power and your own strength, your own talent, your own skills and ability, you move differently. You talk differently. Your behavior will come in alignment with that. It's not about faking. If anything, it's about being authentic.
Being authentic. For Calvina Banner, who says, "Yes, write the vision." And so many folks that are watching, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm curious. What are the let me ask this question. What are the top 3 barriers to a successful mindset? Like what's holding folks back? Again, I know. Maybe you only have one barrier, okay? But in your mind, what's the top 3 barriers that come to your mind that are holding us back from having that success mindset?
Well, the first one is fear. The first one is fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear that you're going of failure. Fear that you're going to let other people down. Fear is the biggest thief of dreams. You know, the Bible says we are not given a spirit of fear. Here I go again. I'm sorry, y'all, but this is who I am.
It's okay.
But of power, but of a sound mind, power and love. So fear is not of God. Fear wants to hold you back and keep you confined in that box. So the number one thing is fear. The second is opinions of others. You're worried about what other people think. A lot of folks are out there living other people's lives. They were trained to live a life a certain way. They're living up to other people's expectations, other people's needs, and they're putting their own on the back burner. They're suppressing their own instinct, their own burning in their belly that God has given them for their purpose, because that they're afraid of, or they don't want to disappoint somebody else. You know, someone once told me that unsolicited opinions are a form of control. You got to be able to let go of being a people pleaser, and you have to set yourself free from other people's opinions. The third thing you actually alluded to was, and I don't know if this is a word or not, it's my word, comfortability. We get comfortable in wherever our situations. Sometimes we get comfortable and we don't want to be uncomfortable. Well, as you know, in entrepreneurship, you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know, God has placed in each and every one of us talents and gifts. Just think about the parable when Jesus was gave the sermon. The disciples launched out into the sea, and Jesus walked out in the water to them. They thought he was a ghost, and Peter said to him, "Lord, if it is you, bid me come." And he said, "Come to me." Peter stepped out the boat. He could have been in there frightened with the rest of the guys in the boat. But he stepped out on faith, and look what he did. He walked on water. With that whole horizon of the sea, with his eyes on the Lord, he had all that open to him. We got to step out of the boat. We got to step out the confines of being comfortable.
So powerful. Do me a favor for those folks that are watching. Asbury Johnson, James Valentine, Deborah Gardner, what's going on? She said, I can't agree with you more. Deborah Gardner's out in Phoenix, Arizona, by the way. Love you, Deborah Gardner. Sherry Wallace, and so many of you tuning in. Do me a favor. Look below the video and write these words. Step out the boat. Hashtag it's my time. Step out the boat. In fact, do me a favor. Hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. When we come back, we're going to ask about the Champions Creed. We're going to ask about mindset and what she did to overcome some obstacles she had. She said, I'll be transparent. We're going to learn about that. This is your moment. This is your time. I believe this is your year. And Monique White showed up to give you the resources necessary to take care of yourself first. You got to be a leader of one before you're a leader of many. And one of our mantras is the results that show up in your life are just as important as the results that show up in your bank account. Today, we're talking about results in your life. We're going to take care of you. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We'll be back in just a moment. In less than 2 minutes, we're going over to Dr. Kenneth Thigpen down in Raleigh, North Carolina. We'll be back in less.
Hello, it's your girl, Dr. Kenneth Thigpen, also known as Dr. K, founder of Rise Women's Network. And Rise Women's Network is pleased to present to you, hashtag Next Sister Up. I'm with you in the Happy Entrepreneurs Tribe, and today is my January 1st. Here's your thought of the week. No pressure, no diamonds. You see, people often view pressure as something that's negative, when in reality, pressure will help us grow, help us evolve, and also help us to develop new skills. Think about an actual diamond. You see, diamonds are made when they are under an unbelievable amount of pressure over an unbelievable amount of time. Without pressure, there would be no diamonds. Without pressure, there would be no you showing up at the highest version of yourself. You see, when things get tough, when things get hard, when you get stressed out, remember, a healthy amount of pressure is absolutely normal. If you never experience pressure, you will never know what your fullest potential is. So keep in mind that, one, it's important to understand what your mindset is, because your perception is your reality. So whether you think pressure is something positive or negative, that will become your reality. And the second thing is have courage. Courage to face the unknown. Courage to show up in the face of the pressure and be willing to take that massive action. So understand this. No pressure, no diamonds. It's your girl, Dr. K. Make it a great day.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country. We're on a mission. That is to empower, it is to inspire, and it's provide you, the entrepreneur, you, the business owner, you, the dreamer, you, the game changer, you, the mom, you, the dad, you, the single person that's out there, whomever you are, you, the citizen that's trying to make a difference in the world with all the resources necessary in order to execute that vision for the people you were called to serve. And Monique has showed up for that. She's talking about having a successful mindset. And I'm going to ask her the question, which is, how do you get back on track? Like, life is a series of being on track and then you're off track. And today you have a good mindset, and tomorrow you have the right mindset, but you're still challenged. So what do you say to the person, and how can we get back on track to getting our mind to where we want it to be?
First is to take that first step. And that's usually the hardest, is to recognize that you are off track and then take the step to get back on. Take the step to say, okay, I was here, I fell off. Let me start back up. Let me take that first step, whatever that step may be. We'll take an example of the gym. All right. You have a goal of losing weight. You set that goal. Some days you just don't feel like getting up. Yeah. Some days you have to push through, and some days you just don't. But that's okay. Give yourself grace. The next day, get up and go. That's one moment in time. It does not have to be forever. Life is a bunch of roadmap of hills and valleys, especially entrepreneurship. You have to get back up, brush yourself off. If it was a mistake you made, it's not a failure. It's a learning opportunity. Where did you go wrong? And what adjustments do you need to make? And then make those adjustments and move forward.
So well said. What's up, Elaine Benson? Thanks for joining. Daphne Evans is in the house as well. You got so many folks. They're all tuned in. They're listening right now. What I want to do is ask you a question around a segment we call the Champions Creed. I think it's so appropriate for where we are right now. And the Champions Creed, just so you're aware of it, is something that was shared to me by my mentor 15 years ago. And he said, Shay, here's something that you can tell yourself on a daily basis that's going to help you get going in good times and bad times. And I'll share with the audience in just a moment. The reason I share that with you is I want everyone right now to take a moment. And you've been saying it's your time. You've been saying it's time for you to step out the boat. But the Champions Creed, this segment is a top opportunity where we congratulate someone else. We kind of support someone else. We give them a high five. Imagine you're running a marathon. I run 5, by the way. And you're not in the marathon. You're on the side. You give them a high five. You can do this. You can go. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to show the Champions Creed. Let me know if you can see it, because I didn't even go over that with you. But I'm wondering right now. And it's probably cut off. But you might be able to see it now. Do you see those words? I don't know if you can see that now. It's called Champions Creed.
Hold on one second.
If you can't, don't worry about it. I'm going to read it anyway.
Yes.
You can see it?
I can see it.
Okay, good. I'm going to read this. Now, as I'm reading this, for those folks that are in the audience, here's how you can participate. You can encourage someone else. I want you to look right below the video, and instead of saying, I am a champion, because it's not about you, I want you to write these words, right? You are a champion. Hashtag never give up. Just write, you are a champion. And so now you're encouraging someone else, saying, no, you the entrepreneur over there, you're a champion. And you the entrepreneur over there, you're a champion. And you the single mom, you're a champion. And when someone writes those words right below the video, you are a champion, hashtag never give up, I want you to hit the heart button. Hit the like button. This is the thumbs up. This is for someone. This is not for you. This is the pay it forward, which is what Monique is doing this evening. She ain't asked for a check. She ain't asked for no Cash App. She ain't asked for no Zelly payment. She says, I'm here to serve. So let me just read the Champions Creed, and then I'm going to ask her thoughts in a moment. But here are the Champions Creed. The Champions Creed says this. Now, you write below the video, you're a champion. Champions Creed says this. I am not judged by the number of times I fail, but by the number of times I succeed. And the number of times I succeed is in direct proportion to the number of times I can fail and keep trying. And I keep trying. And I keep trying. So I'm going to ask Monique, which I didn't ask her before, but I don't know if she can read it. I'm going to say, hey, Monique, while folks are writing you are a champion below the video, if I put that up, can you just read that for us? And then maybe when you finish, maybe share a time where there was a challenge for you. There was a setback for you along your journey of life. And what did you do to get the right mindset? Now I'm asking this. This is off the cuff, ladies and gentlemen. We're having fun. And maybe she's never had a failure in her life. Maybe she's just perfect. I don't know. You're going to find out with me. And she'll share maybe something that's happened to her along the way. And here's how she was able to be a champion. Do you mind doing that? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
No, not at all. Not at all.
She said, Shay Brown.
The people that know me know that I say that the test and trial is not about you. It's for someone else.
I love it. So I'm going to put it up so you can read that. And then after you read it, tell us about a time you've had a challenge in your life that you had to overcome.
Okay. I am not judged by the number of times I fail, but by the number of times I succeed. And the number of times I succeed is in direct proportion to the number of times I can fail and keep trying.
And keep trying. I'm part of the Puff Daddy generation. We do the remix version. And keep trying. And keep trying. What was the time you had a setback? That you had to be a champion? And as Trinetta's out there right now, Tanisha's writing, you are a champion. They're saying never give up. What's the time you had a setback that you would like to share with us, and how did you come back from it?
Well, one time, and there have been many, trust me, there have been many. I'm hearkening back to when I had completed I graduated from law school. I was in the midst of my my state court clerkship, and I found out I had a brain tumor. And everything that I had planned for my future was derailed. I had to have surgery. Surgery didn't go well. Ended up having a second surgery. It took me a year to fight back from that. And after that year, I actually got tired of being home and people telling me I had to stay home. So I actually started putting out resumes before I was even medically cleared to go back. Because I determined in my mind, I was not going to sit on that couch, watch another TV show, read another book. I was going to get out and I was going to start doing. I was going to live my life the way that I wanted to live my life. Well, lo and behold, I was faced with this challenge of having a year gap in employment. I now have this history because the people in the courthouse knew why I was out, in a field that's built on logic and reasoning. I put out over 200 resumes and kept being denied. Either, nowadays they don't even call you back. If they got back to you, it was a rejection letter. Some letters would say I was overqualified, which actually means that it's still a rejection letter, right? And that's really hard not to internalize. It's really hard not to adopt that message that you're getting over and over and over again. I had to make, and I did make, the decision that, yes, I am good enough. And yes, I still have the ability to reason and apply logic. And what did I do? I went out and I started my own law firm. I decided I didn't need to work for somebody else. I'll just start my own firm. So that is an example, a prime example of your creed.
Wow. Powerful. During that time, what's the number one lesson you learned from that setback that you turned into obviously a comeback? What was the number one lesson that did you learn from that you just want to share from us? You shared a great story. I love that. Thank you for being transparent, by the way, and thanks for sharing that with the audience.
Oh, you're welcome. I learned that I am stronger than what I thought I was. I learned that actually how good I was at what I was doing. As part of that process, I had to apply for Social Security disability. And I wrote they always, Social Security rejects everybody out of hand. That's just their process. Mm-hmm. So I did my own appeal. I wrote my own brief. I did my own appeal. And when I went before the judge actually offered me a position. Because he's like, you really want to work. And he said, this brief is really good. Mm-hmm. So I actually realized that I was good at what I was doing. And I was stronger than what I thought.
Wow. So powerful. You are stronger than what you think. We're here with the one and only Monique White, who's done a great job sharing her own personal story right on the spot, by the way. And we certainly appreciate that. When we come back, don't worry, I'm going to ask her to share those 3 ways that you can have the right mindset. We have not forgotten, and she's promised to do that. I'm promising it's going to happen. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. We're going to go over to Rob Howes. And Rob Howes, how so appropriate. He says, look, be present where you are. Be present where you are. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. Don't worry. We'll hear from Monique in just a second. Take it away, Rob. I love it.
Hey guys, me and Daddy are here.
All right, I'm doing a video.
I got a question.
No, it's not a question. This is a video where I'm telling people something. I'm telling them that today is their January 1st. Today is your January 1st Happy Entrepreneurs Tribe, because today is the only day you got. Because tomorrow's not promised and yesterday is gone. So the reason why today being your January 1st is significant because it keeps you from procrastination. Procrastination is the destroyer of dreams. Yeah, it's the destroyer. It's the killer of dreams. So take action. Be present where you're present. That's the real gift. Be present where you are present. That is the real gift. Today is your January 1st. Say today.
Today.
Say today is your January 1st.
Today is January 1st.
Say it loud.
Today is January 1st.
That's it. Don't forget it.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country, where we're on a mission to empower, to inspire, and to provide you, the entrepreneur, with the resources necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And we're talking to Monique White. She's talking about having the right mindset, but not just the right mindset, talking about having the success mindset, which she has clearly defined. Monique, we have a segment called Today is My January 1st. It's one of my favorite segments. Of course, they're all my favorite segments, so we wouldn't do them, right? But this is really my favorite segment as well. And today is my January 1st. For those folks that are watching for the very first time, represents that moment where you have to make a decision. And when you make a decision, it can forever change the trajectory of your life. And you make many decisions throughout the day. And anytime you make a decision, that is a January 1st moment. We call it Today is My January 1st. So you either decide to go to the gym or you sit on the couch. You either eat hamburger and French fries, or you go to the refrigerator, you open it up, and there's some kale, there's some broccoli, there's some Brussels sprouts, there's some celery. That sounds good. You must be crazy. No, I'm joking. But it's right there. It's right there. So my question, because today is my January 1st, is a restart. It's a rebirth. It's a do-over. It means different things to different people. When you hear the words today is my January 1st, which is one of our core values, what goes to your mind? What do you hear? What does it mean to you?
It means to me that today is a new opportunity. Today is a new slate. It doesn't mean what most people would think a New Year's resolution, because we know those things don't work, right? So, but it is the day where you can take that one step toward whatever your goal may be, toward reaching your goal. Today is a new beginning. Every day when you wake up is a January 1st. It is a new opportunity to do great things.
Here's a question. Thanks for sharing. What was your January 1st moment? The moment you decided, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to teach folks how to achieve mindsets. I'm gonna do a show that you do right now. She has a great show, you guys. Do conferences. What was your January 1st moment? You said, I'm planting my flag, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change people's lives every day. Tell us about that.
Actually, my January 1st happened when we talk about getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. I actually had taken a step away from law and going back to nursing. And I was comfortable with that. I was good. I was working my 2 days a week. Everything was paid and I was fine. But there was something in me that wanted to go back to being that business owner. And the Lord, when he tells you to move and you don't move, he'll make the situation hot. So you have to move. And I was sitting down with a friend of mine, and we were talking about a young lady who had a legal issue, but it was an issue that arose because someone was trying to take advantage of someone that they perceived as less than. And if you know anything about me, I fight for the underdog. That really gets me going. And we were having this conversation, and I was like, well, I can help this person. I'll walk her through what she needs to do. because there was no way that we were going to let that fly. And she said to me, do you see the light that comes in your eyes when you talk about that? So I had no idea that coaching was a profession. I didn't know people did it. And, I was living in my bubble. Coming from a nursing background, we call it precepting. From a church background, we call it an accountability partner. It was just something that I did. And she opened my eyes to what really gave me passion and that theme that went through all my do-over moments, because I had more than one, Shay. Through all my do-over moments, the central theme was helping others, was assisting and serving others. So that is where the business was birthed. That's the time that it was birthed. That is where the mission came out. And the real vision came before my eyes, that this is now what I am going to do. This is now where I am going to work for every single day, that I can get joy. I can wake up with a smile on my face and I can enjoy what I'm doing.
God, I love it. There are a number of folks out there saying they hear us. They're like, today is my January 1st. They're excited, right? They're running up and down the aisles right now saying, I can do this. If someone else has done it, I can do it as well. But we know that life is like the seasons. There's summer, spring, fall, and winter. And many folks had that same excitement back on December 31st. After a couple of drinks on the back of a napkin, they wrote down some New Year's resolutions. And if you ask someone today, what was their New Year's resolution? They'd be like, what? I don't even remember. My question to you is, we know that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. But having said that, what do most people struggle with the most? Yeah, consistency. So my question is, what do you do or tell yourself in order to be consistent, in order to stay the course, in order to keep going and be on track, that can help us as well?
What I do is I have my affirmations every morning. I make a time, an intentional time that I have set aside for me to focus on the vision, to affirm myself, my ability, and my purpose. And I remember my why. Why? I go back to the root of all of it. That pregnant teenage mom who was told that she would not amount to anything. I go back to that. I look at my daughter's face and I see, that I am an example for her and every little Black girl out there, Black woman out there, that you can be all that God has destined you to be. And I stand on those promises. I don't know, a lot of people have affirmations, they have prayer closets, they have their own routine. I have up in my closet, I have cards with the promises of God that tell me everything that I am. And not everything I want to be, but everything that I am. And as far as consistency is concerned, yeah, that helps. But sometimes we still fall down, right? Sometimes we still get discouraged. You got to have an accountability partner. You got to have that one friend that's not afraid to tell you about yourself. That one friend that will grab you up by the scruff of your neck and shake you and get you back up and say, okay, you had your moment. Now let's go.
You talked about affirmations, and I can't leave us hanging. I know a number of folks are asking right now, Shay, ask her the question. What's one affirmation that she says? Shay, ask her the question. What's another affirmation she says? And maybe she'll unveil one or two of her affirmations that we can hold on to. I know they're saying that. At least it's going through my head. So my question is, you got to share it. You can't leave us hanging. What's one or two affirmations? And as she's doing that, every single one of you all can participate right now. And here's how you can participate. There's two ways you can participate. One is you're listening to Monique right now. We can give her a digital applause. Now, how do we give her a digital applause? Well, you can look right below the video. If you're listening to the podcast, you can go right below the podcast, and then you can write thank you, Monique White. At Monique White. You can say, we appreciate you, Monique White. You can say, great job, Monique White. Just look right below the video. Just say, you look fabulous, Monique White. Give her a little encouragement. Give her a little bit of, hey, this is attaboy. You're doing great. So look below the video, and write thank you, or we appreciate you, or great job. Now, once you do that, that's a way of acknowledging someone who's given her time. She can always make more money. No question. Just like all of you can always make more money. But one thing I know for sure, that none of us can make more time. And she's given us the most precious gift that she has, which is time. So I want you to do that. And as she gives her affirmation, maybe she'll give us 2. If she gives her affirmation, hint, hint, maybe she'll give us 2. I want you to look below the video and maybe share your favorite affirmation. We appreciate the comments. She's present right now, but Monique will go back. She'll be able to scroll through and see your comments as well. And people will do that. I get these things go viral, but you do it to bless someone else, not because your name goes viral, okay? All right, Monique, give us 1 or 2 of your affirmations.
All right. 1, I am able. I am powerful. Here goes another one. I am fearless. Okay, and here's another one. I am confident. Here's another one. I am anointed. I am a leader. And a big one, I am worthy. I am worthy.
You said that twice. Why did you say that one twice?
Because I find it's so important. So many of us are dealing with seeds that have been planted when we were young or throughout our life, and that we feel that we're unworthy to achieve success, to achieve that goal. Well, I'm here to tell you, you are. I am worthy. You are worthy.
You know what? And I believe you. I believe you with all of my heart. With that being said, when we come back, y'all talking to the one and only Monique White. Monique White has given up. She's given the best she has, and she's here to serve. She has such a big heart. We come back, we're going to a segment called Rapid Fire. And I love Rapid Fire because we get to ask whatever questions on our mind, and, well, she answers it in a minute or less. So it's kind of cool, by the way. And she's agreed to do it. Some guests don't agree to do it, but she said, no, I signed off. She has no idea what the questions are because I don't know what the questions are. But one thing we know is that you're worthy. We're going to go over to the one and only Letitia Nicole. She's down in Raleigh, North Carolina. She talks about it's time to take control. Take control of your thoughts. That's important. Take control of your mindset. That's what Monique is talking about. And I'm going to ask when we come back, how can we connect with her? How can we stay in this conversation? Is there a way to do that doesn't require a credit card? Okay. I'm going to ask her. I mean, we'll see what she says, but we'll be back in less than what? 2 minutes. We'll be right back. Take it away, Letitia Nicole.
Hey, it is your girl Letitia Nicole, CEO founder of Speak Life Enterprises, where we teach powerful words to entrepreneurs like yourself to shape your reality. Well, before I get started with my thought of the week today, I want to send a huge shout out to Shay Brown, the CEO founder of this amazing group of happy entrepreneurs. Hey, Shay, thank you so much for allowing me to speak life to your group. So the word and the thought of the week is taking control. Now, oftentimes we give a foothold to things that weigh us down, like guilt, shame, resentment, worry, and doubt and bitterness. Now, these things can come naturally. The problem is when we allow them in, they take up space that should be reserved for good things, like joy and peace and confidence and creativity. But the negative can't come in automatically and take over unless we allow it. So I have a challenge for you. You have control over negative thoughts and emotion, so grab hold and take control. You have to make a choice and say, I am not going to give space to negativity and let it poison my life. I won't let an offense make me sour and bitter. I want you to take inventory of what you're giving place to, because life is way too short to go through it with negative things holding you back. So take control of what you allow inventory in your life. All right? My name is Letitia Nicole, and until next time, take control. See you later.
It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country. We're on a mission to empower, to inspire, and to provide you with all of those resources that you need to execute that huge vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And this morning, this evening, this afternoon, whatever time it is for you, wherever you are in the world right now, listen to this. You're with the one and only Monique White. And she came to talk about really having a successful mindset and what it takes and the challenges as well. And so we're now into a rapid fire segment as we come down the home stretch. She'll have her final thoughts shortly. But my first question in this rapid fire, where I ask a question and she answers it, my first question that I have for her is, what's one lesson that she's learned? What's one lesson, Monique, you've learned from a mentor that you can share with us, the audience?
One lesson that I've learned from a mentor is that I need to network. I need to surround myself with people with like visions or who are like-minded. Iron sharpens iron.
How do you believe in yourself when no one else does? How do you do that?
That's hard. That's tough.
Yeah.
And that's something that, especially as entrepreneurs, we have to deal with the naysayers. You have to be committed to your vision. Again, it's developing that success mindset. It's knowing that you know, that you know, that you know, that you have what it takes, that no matter what it looks like, you win, you succeed.
If you had to step back and talk about someone that you admire, it might be one or two people that you admire just from their mindset, from their belief systems. It could be a current person. It could be a past person. It might be a person in history. What two people come to mind? Could be anyone in time that you admire about them most.
What is the person, or what do I admire about them?
The person, it could be a figurehead, the person, and what do you admire most about their mindset?
I'm going to say Michelle Obama. What I like about her mindset is that she is not going to allow what other people say or do change who she is, where she is going, and what she can be.
Yeah. What's maybe a movie or maybe a book, other than a good book, you can't use the good book, that you've read that you like to share the lesson because it helped change your life? Could have been a book. It may have been a movie along your journey of life. Any particular book or movie pops top of mind to you and that you would like to share with us that really helped shape and change your life?
Well, actually, two come to mind. One of them is Instinct by T.D. Jakes. And that changed my life, and it really helped me become in tune and pay attention to my instinct, if you will, that urging to do or to walk a certain path. For example, for me, I'm a nurturer. I'm a caretaker. I help people. If you look at everything that I've done, nurse, attorney, coach, they're all helping, they're all nurturing careers. So paying attention to that and that book really talks about not being afraid of stepping out of the box.
Yeah. What is something about you that no one would guess? Like no one knows. Like, what do you do for fun when you're not out saving the world?
What I do for fun?
Yeah.
I go fishing and clamming.
Clamming? What? Get out of here.
Yes, love it.
What do you enjoy most about fishing and clamming? We all want to hear this. What do you enjoy most about it? I'm just curious, gee whiz.
Fishing, I love fishing because it's calming, and B, it's the fight for the fish, winning. I typically do fish with my daughter. She's very competitive. We make bets on who's going to get the most. And clamming, again, it's finding them, and it's just providing, and it really both of them are providing for my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. That's good stuff. Good stuff. Final question, and then I know we'll give you your final thoughts in just a moment. Imagine for a moment that your daughter gets a hold of this long lost video. Maybe it's a DVD, it's a video, and she's watching it right now. And I'd ask the question, what is your message to your daughter? Like, so you have a minute or two, whatever, to just give a message to your daughter right now. As you're giving that message to your daughter, I know it's hard to do that, but there's so many other folks that are listening and watching as well. There are little girls out there. There are big girls out there that are just hearing the message, but it's really from you to your daughter. What message do you want to share with her?
You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are unique and you are powerful. God has given you unique talent, skills, and abilities to overcome anything and everything you face. You have a call on your life, and if you keep your eyes focused, you will achieve great things. There is no stopping you.
So well said. We'll be back in just a moment with the one and only Monique White. We'll have her give her final thoughts to empower, to inspire for all of you out there who showed up because you know that you have the potential inside of you to perform at a much higher level. You know that there's greatness inside you right now, and we appreciate you being here. And you want to maintain the right mindset. You want to keep that mindset, and that's what fuels you to keep going. And that's why she showed up today. When she comes back, she'll be giving her final thoughts. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. We're going to go over to Sean Harper. He talks about the law of capacity. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes with Monique. Final thoughts. I can't wait. We'll be back in just a moment. Take it away, Sean.
Hi, my name is Sean Harper, motivational speaker, author, investor. I love investing in people because people have the potential of generating years of dividends. This is my January 1st. And as I'm moving in January 1st, I have to be mindful of the laws. The law of capacity. Now, if you know me, I break all the rules, but I never break laws. If you break laws, laws will break you. Laws are unchangeable. So the law of capacity is that you will grow in proportion to your environment. It reminds me of a story of a guy named Walt Disney. We all know Walt Disney, but Walt Disney started out after a couple failed ventures. He started out with Disneyland, south of Anaheim, California. And he had great success, but he had one challenge. He was landlocked. And so he couldn't expand. And so he secretly, anonymously, began to buy up land in the Orlando area. And he formed shell companies, and he brought 500 acres here, 100 acres here with this company, and maybe 2,000 acres with this company. And he went on, and a investigative journalist caught on to it, but not until he amassed over 26 to 30,000 acres. And now that man, who is now deceased, still has land that's not been developed. His dream was huge, but his capacity was small. One of the problems or challenges that we face as entrepreneurs, as business owners, business leaders, is that we run out of capacity. When there's stress in the business, when there's stress as an entrepreneur, it's usually one or two problems. A, you don't have the systems, or B, you have a lack of capacity. That is a spiritual law. And I often compare spiritual laws, or look for evidence of spiritual laws in nature. You take a shark, put it in the fish tank, it gets this big. Take that same baby shark, put it in the ocean, it gets this big. Before you dream, or right after you dream, the first thing you do is you begin to build your capacity. Before you build up, you gotta build down. Thank you. Play to win. Bye-bye.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country, where we're on a mission to empower, to inspire, and to provide you, the entrepreneur, with the resources necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And we're here with Monique White, who has given us everything that she has. She talked about successful mindset. And for those folks that are out there watching, like, Donna Hicks. What's up, Donna? She's in the house. Donna Hicks Izzard says, maintain and keep the right mindsets out there. Loretta Booch is out there. Linda Reese is out there. Juanita says, great job. Take control. Jacqueline Fulton says, you are correct. Ebony says, you're wonderful. Michelle says, thank you. Trinette, so many folks that are following, that are tuned in. We want to say thank you. We want to say thank you for every comment. Thank you for every like, for everyone who hits the share button. When you hit the share button, I want you to write, this is your time. Hashtag Monique White. Just put, this is your time. If you have the right mindset and you take the right action, indeed, this is your time. So we're going to give her an opportunity to say final thoughts, her final comments. I do want to say thank you so much. Can't wait, Monique, to have you back. You have a heart to give. You have a heart to serve. You've been so intimate during this conversation and sharing so many personal things about you. And I can't tell you how much we really appreciate that. For everyone in the audience, you can give a virtual thank you. And the way you can give a virtual thank you is you can look below the video. If you listen to the podcast, go to the podcast link and go ahead and write these comments. If you're watching on Apple TV or Roku or Amazon Fire, or if you're on social media, just look right below the video and put, thank you, Monique. Just put, we appreciate you, Monique. Just put, great job, Monique. If you just write the words, you are worthy, hashtag Monique White, she'll see that. She'll see that because she said you're worthy. I didn't say that. She says you are worthy, and I believe that. And why would you do that? Why would you pay it forward? Because you want to show your appreciation and you want to thank a person, Pony, who's given so much. Thank you so much. So with that being said, let me go and turn over you to give your final thoughts. Appreciate you for being here on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shay. My final thoughts are, you are worthy. You can develop a successful mindset. You will succeed. Just the 4 points, or actually 4 points I want to remind you of. Get that made up mind. Make the determination in your mind that you succeed. Get intentional. Set yearly, monthly, weekly, even daily goals, and take intentional steps to reach them. Connect with like-minded people and displace that old way of thinking. You are able, you are powerful, you succeed. You might have to shift some relationships. You might have to displace relationships and environment if they don't line up with your vision. And that's okay. As Shay said, there are seasons in life and everybody is not for every season. But you will succeed and you will reach your goal if you do these things. You are able and you are worthy. It's your time.
God bless. Thank you so much. Thank you all for watching. Hit the share button. Hit the watch party button. Right. It's your time. They're writing right below the video that they appreciate you. They're writing below the video how great you did. I want every single one, as we close out, that today is your January 1st. You're worthy. Today is your January 1st. You're back on track. Today is your January 1st, and the best is still yet to come. The best is yet to come. The best is still yet to come. With that being said, for those folks that are tuning in for the first time, I know who in the LL Cool J is up there doing all that talking. My name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone, and I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless. We wish you success and come back and see us. Thanks a lot, Monique. You're amazing. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Take it away. Y'all are amazing. So much fun. This is so much fun. I love it. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there.
Yeah.
Cause all I do is win, win,
Thank you. God bless.